podcast and channel. I'm your host, Steph Desar, and in today's episode, we are talking new moon solar eclipse in Aries. That's right, I'm going to be sharing what this eclipse season is bringing in, especially with this new moon in Aries. It's our second new moon in Aries, back to back. I'll also talk about the impacts of Pluto communing with this new moon and what that means for us. We are also entering Mercury retrograde. We're currently in the shadow and it starts on the 21st of April. And we've also got other shifts going on as we move through April into May. So it's a fully charged set of energies in the astros with the eclipse season, with the new moon and full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio. And I'm going to get into more detail. But before I do, don't forget to like and subscribe this channel. We're Divine Feminines on YouTube and all major podcast platforms. Why like and subscribe this channel? Well, we have everything for everyone that wants to become their best self and wants to use the energy updates, the astros, to help navigate. It's like a weather report, really. We also talk moon manifestations, how to just connect your mind, body, and soul, and really just bring balance to your life and manifest the life of your dreams. So I'm sure there's something for all of you. So let's get started on this new moon eclipse in Aries. If you tuned into my video a few weeks back in March, we had an Aries new moon, and now this is the second of the new moons, and this is incredible. This Aries represents fire, it's the ram, it's masculine kind of energy in the sense of getting stuff done. Even if it's hard, the Aries energy is going to get the stuff done. Emperor, really going to go and do things and really complete, finish, put progressive steps in place, have a plan, but really take action on that plan. And now we're having another new moon in Aries. It's going to bolster that. So if you feel like you didn't get the full sort of go-getter mentality in the first new moon, you're really going to get it in this one. And with the solar eclipse, it's going to allow you to remove anything that was maybe getting in the way and any past beliefs and things like that that could be holding you back, for you to actually go and manifest or actually take action. So what time is this new moon? Well, and what date? It's the 20th of April. So it's coming up, and in the UK, it will be at 5:12 a.m. And in Eastern New York time, it will be 12 minutes past midnight. So not unreasonable times, you could be awake. But look, I always say that the energy of new and full moons they peak around that time, but they're very prevalent, 3 days before, 3 days after. And now we're already in the eclipse season. So eclipse window already started about a week back now. And we had the 4/4 portal. We went in through the full moon in Libra, and that was bringing in balance and just healing to relationships and letting go of things that weren't serving us. So you may have experienced some healing, some letting go. But Aries, this new moon eclipse is about excitement. It's about second chances. It's about brave moves. And it's about restarts and getting results, but going in the direction that's going to yield you those results. Now, look, new moons are a great time to manifest. We're always manifesting. We are creators and we're always creating. So I always say, even if in a full moon, it doesn't mean that you can't try to set intentions. And as I record this video, it's actually the 11th of April, which is one noted as the luckiest day of the year because we have a Jupiter Cazimi conjunct with the sun. And Jupiter brings so much abundance and prosperity, and whatever Jupiter focuses on, it expands. And that's why I said, let me record the video on the Jupiter Cazimi, because whatever I'm saying in this video is going to bring that real expansive creativity, that expansive energy and all of those good vibes over to you guys, no matter when you listen to this. But it just felt right. So, I hope you're feeling that. And I hope that if you did know about it, tune into it. If you didn't, don't worry, because there's still lots of great things happening. Now, I will talk about Mercury retrograde, but I want to just touch on this new moon, what a solar eclipse is. I will share some ideas of what you can be setting in terms of your intentions and journaling, and I will pull some channeled messages too. So there's a clashing with Pluto with this new moon solar eclipse. So let me just break that down. like, know by now that every new moon brings in amazing opportunities to start all over again, right? It's like that cycle. So like, you know, you can start something again, or you can go at it in a different way. You may have tried to do something before, but you've learned and you've got wisdom, and now you're going to go at it in a different way with new ideas and a different approach. So as I said before, the Aries new moon in the solar eclipse is the second in Aries. So whatever chart house in your natal chart has Aries in, you're getting twice the energy, and you're getting that opportunity to really go at it even more. And with a solar eclipse, it's going to help you, it's going to naturally help to remove things that are not needed. And it's always seen as fated. Now, this solar eclipse is a hybrid solar eclipse. What does that mean, Steph? Okay, so hybrid solar eclipse is a cross between the total full eclipse where you can't even see the sun and it's totally covered, and the other sort of partial where you can see the ring of the fire of the sun. And this is both, and that rarely happens. So this is like two worlds. It's the transitioning of two worlds. And I also mentioned that this new moon solar eclipse is also communing with Pluto, who's recently gone into Aries season. So there is an opportunity for a win-win outcome, but there is a crossing between two worlds. You may be feeling that you're going from two different worlds, you're transitioning, and you may be seeing the old life and your new life. And that could be in personal, it could be in business, it could be actually everything. Now, I mentioned knowing your natal chart. I really recommend you guys to do this. You can go on Google and you can just Google natal chart calculator. You plug in your details and it will help you find where Aries sits. A couple of examples would be home and family is house 4. In this solar eclipse, you're going to get a lot more opportunity to, and the extra like added support to bolster the home and family area. You might be buying a new home, you may be going for appointments to get your mortgage sorted or viewing homes. This is going to really supercharge you. You may be looking to move out and move in with a partner, or move in with family, do something different, or actually refurb the home. In terms of family, you could be looking at how to reinvigorate connections and get the support from family, but maybe look at the dynamics, because I always say this, you know, you shouldn't be trying to change everything at once. So if you've got like a brand new business venture or like new movements in your career, and at home is not stable, it can affect you. So the home and the where we sort of lay our head at night and where we call our sacred space is so important to have that stability and a place that we can really feel safe and just nurtured, and it's our safe space to be in, right? And that's important. So this is a time to be able to really create that. And it might also not just mean the physical, but it also means the home within you. Because I always say this, as you can tell, I'm on the move again, because like if someone said, Steph, where's your home? Home is here. I have found that space of home here and I've cultivated it. So it doesn't matter what part of the world I'm in, but I have been cultivating it. I've also mentioned that this is the luckiest day of the year. And with the energy of the Jupiter conjunct Kanzimi with the sun, I just thought I had to do this video on this day, because all of that great, abundant, good luck energy is going to be channeled through this video, no matter when you watch it. So coming back to natal charts, if say the new moon in Aries sits in your house at 10, which is career, this is a great time where your career is going to be taking leaps and bounds, promotions, opportunities, getting the spotlight. You can even become famous. There's a real like coming out and being really seen and visible. And obviously there's a lot of support in that. Now, where the eclipse comes in, everyone gets a bit concerned about eclipses, like, oh my God, because yes, it's a chance where the universe allows to bring in those fated events, and it's for your highest good. So you might look back and go, oh, I remember when such and such happened at an eclipse and it was awful. But then you know that actually looking back, that person left my life, or I had a really big ruckus over here, but then that dispersed and I'm in such a better place and I'm not involved in those circles or that dynamic or that relationship. And I personally have witnessed very interesting milestones once taking note of those eclipses over recent years. And I'm like, wow, like certain different, I went down different paths, or I separated with someone, or I chose a different way of doing things. So a really good opportunity there. to think about. You know, this isn't here to create chaos. It's here to remove. Now, in the midst of it, you might notice certain unexpected things happening, and it could be in those houses of home, family, or career, whatever house it is. You know, there could be unexpected stuff coming up, but it's good because it's going to divert you onto the right track. And at the time, just breathe through it. Like I said, this is a hybrid eclipse, and it's in the last degree of Aries, and that is got karmic connotations. It's going to feel like karma's playing out, and there are things that were destined to really go. And it could be that, like, it's your time. So if it was like, you know, you've been waiting to do that move and move out and everything, and it's felt like a hard slog, it's your time now. Like, the karmic scales are in your favor. It can also mean when things are shifting that those things needed to play out because it's playing out karma. There's balance, there's justice. I do believe that this new moon energy will bring in that justice. It's only going to help you. The universe only ever wants to help you. And this is why I do these videos, because if you understand what's happening in the astros and the cosmos, you can really navigate and take charge of your life because you're a co-creator. So the other thing is that Pluto is communing with this new moon, and Pluto is currently now moved into Aquarius. You can really get to a win-win situation. If you're working with others, there's an opportunity, or family or friends or whatever, you can get to a better outcome. Pluto is obviously the planet of transformation, death and rebirth. So with the eclipse energy and an eclipse season, it's going to help more of that, but for the highest good. Pluto in Aquarius is how humanity is evolving and enlightening. So whatever direction you're going in, and the intentions and those manifestations you're calling in, if it's really from the heart and it's for your soul's purpose, you are going to be guided in that way. Now, I mentioned that hybrid moment of it being a hybrid eclipse, the transition of two worlds. It can be really scary. I've been transforming a lot. And I'm going to tell you that there's moments where I'm just like, I don't even know. I've never been here before. I don't even know what's next. But I tell you what, when you can just embrace that and be present with it and just don't give yourself a hard time, it is going to be okay. And you're going to see, like, wow, look at that. Like, that was readjusting me to go into this direction. And where I am right now is incredible. I can't even imagine where I'm going next. So it's hard when you're going maybe through some challenging times, but as you sift through that and there's more enlightenment on this journey, we're here to have fun. We're here to learn more about ourselves. We're here to enjoy. So this new moon and this eclipse, the eclipses are here and they're fated to help bring goodness to us. And in the instant of it, just breathe through it and don't fear it. If you're going into these eclipse seasons fearing it, you're not going to ride it like a silver surfer. Now, everyone's going to be like, oh my gosh, Steph, it's the Mercury retrograde shadow. That's bad. Actually, I don't think it's bad at all, because Mercury's retrograding in Taurus, the planet of cash, the planet of stability, the planet of building and creating revenue, creating ways of income, creating, you know, having those aesthetically nice things, indulgent, ruled by Venus. So during this period, we've got this retrograde in Taurus, and retrograde seasons are a moment to just reflect, reevaluate. So your relationship to money, your relationship to buying nice things. Maybe you want to look at how you're managing or saving. Say like you're moving home and you're in that fourth house, saving or putting aside things, or how you're going to generate other streams of income. Not just making the rash decisions and going there, but doing the evaluation, making the plans, reflecting, allowing this time to bring things up for you. And new ideas will come in this time, and then you'll know when to act. And usually I say in Mercury retrograde, it's an opportunity to reflect and then to take the action after the retrograde season, because you're going to come up with loads of maybe new insights and just intuitive feelings of like, oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense now, and that aligns to my plan, and oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that was in the way. I want to do this like this, right? And so accompanied with this new moon solar eclipse in Aries, the go-getter energy of really trying to bring things, like putting that energy into boom, 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 get stuff done. Just don't overkill it. Make sure you get some rest, because eclipse season in olden days was told to be a time where we have to just go out and chill, because it can be quite intense. So you might experience a lot of changes, not just in your physical environment, but internally, just in your own internal world, and your thoughts and feelings might start to shift. You're letting go of past thoughts and feelings, limiting behaviors, people from your life, past experiences that are holding you back because of what you've experienced as a child or in an old relationship or whatever it was that are holding you back. They're coming to be removed. So take a lot of time to be with yourself. It's going to be a busy season because it's Aries energy. It's Aries season, double whammy, right? But take that time. And actually, there's a lot of guidance that are saying before this new moon solar eclipse, try to rest a lot. But I do say during it, obviously, be activated and go take that inspired action and stuff, but make sure you maintain balance. There is always the core integral foundation of having balance and keeping your center and being able to come and give that time for you. People call it selfish. I say it's a good thing. So think about that. So I said Pluto in Aquarius. Now, there's also Mars moving into Cancer. That's happened just recently too. And Mars moving into Cancer is a bit of a weird one because Mars isn't really at home in Cancer. The moon is at home in Cancer. So that's happening at the same time, but it's bringing a bit more energy and fire because Mars is like, well, come on, in the Cancer zone. And wherever Cancer sits in your chart, you're going to get that bolstered feeling. It's so funny because I'm a Cancer rising, so I'm actually experiencing a double whammy of Mars in Cancer is literally the same house as like my solar eclipse. Like, it's crazy. So I'm like, wow, like this is going to be so I have been really trying to just take time and just do things at ease and not be like getting too, so as much as I'm going into this calm, I know it's going to be a busy period and it's exciting. But yeah, so check out Mars in Cancer. Check out where Cancer sits in your chart. Wherever Cancer sits, you're going to be getting that Mars energy, just like Aries. There's just a lot of this Marsy, fiery, come on, get it done energy. So yeah, I hope that helps too. So what I've spoken about all of those key things. I'm making sure that I haven't left anything off the table now. So we've talked about this new moon, what it means. Just remember setting those intentions, really allowing yourself, there's an opportunity for a brand new beginning. And there is always an opportunity, but with this solar eclipse, there's a massive opportunity. We will have a full moon eclipse in Scorpio. So it's the end of the Scorpio. This year we'll have a full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio, and I think then a new moon solar eclipse in Taurus. Full moon in Taurus later on in October time. So the Scorpio Taurus, this is the last of their eclipses, and then when this is the Aries and Libra. So if you're an Aries, if you're a Libra, if you're a Scorpio, if you're a Taurus, sun, moon or rising, these eclipse seasons will have even more impact for you. And even if it's not for you and those around you, you might feel stuff happening, right? It might not necessarily be all things happening to you. Say like in the home and family change or career and work, it's not just it's happening for you. You might witness things happening around you too. So just take heed of that and be mindful. The other point, that's it. I remembered it. It's the chatty sign of Gemini. So Venus has gone into Gemini, and that's going to be interesting, especially for you lovers out there. It's a great time to really deepen your bond and to talk more and to really connect more and get to know each other more, because it's all about mental stimulation, conversation, communication. Gemini ruled by Mercury, Venus, the planet of love, of beauty, and all of that good stuff. So there can be different themes playing out with this, but one thing to mention is that there's an opportunity to really really connect with those that you trust and really have deep, profound exchanges, loved ones, a romantic partner, and allow that to, develop. But be mindful of who you are trusting, because the other bad side to Gemini, when it's on the shadow side, can be gossipy and can be like rumor driven. So just be careful and conscious of who and what you're sharing. I'm pretty sure if you've got a good routine of who you can trust, then just don't start sharing stuff with strangers or people that you don't necessarily tell deep things to. Or if you've got some really deep secrets or things you've been holding in, be mindful about where you're trying to outlet them. Maybe go speak to your therapist, because it's always safe. They can't really tell anyone about what's going on with you or your coach or your healer or whatever that is. So just be mindful of that. And in this period, because it's Venus, it's touching the house of romance. So there's an aspect here where, you know, there's an opportunity to really deepen bonds and, you know, strengthen, you know, connections could be getting more deeper, could be going to another level of, like, you know, bond and connection and relationships. If there's relationships, people might start getting, you know, more serious, committed, engaged, looking at marriage even, you never know. But then on the other side of that, because we've got the light and the shadow, on the other side of that, this is a time where Gemini's a little bit like here, there, and everywhere, and can be playful and wants to be out there. It's a great time to be social. Of course it is. It's a great time to network. This is a really good time to build those networks. It's just be careful about what you're disclosing and divulging. But also some connections that are not very strong, where the two people are not very strong, or it might not be the best time. Well, it'll be a time where you might have to reconsider letting someone go because their interest is somewhere else and they just want to be a bit more playful and be out there. And, you know, it's not easy, but better done and dusted than to be keeping that and holding on to something that's not really aligned for you. So think about that. And just like I said, it's a really great time to network and socialize. If you're single, it's a good time to meet new people and to get out there and, you know, think about, you might go to certain events and just meet new romantic prospects. So if you're interested in meeting someone new, then this is a really good time. So there's a lot going on in the cosmos, but nothing to really be afraid of, just to be mindful of and just really, you know, yeah, like just know that if you have that insight and intel, you can work with it. So don't forget to really journal and think about your biggest wishes. And I say this, I think that the best thing to do is to think about, if you can do your natal chart, go in and look at what the natal chart's telling you in terms of the house it sits in. And because this is where you're going to be given the most support. But any of those specific dreams and goals you have, it's a time to set those intentions, do a visualization. I love a water manifestation. You can sit there and talk to the water and charge it up, and then you can literally drink it. You can pour some into a plant at the same time, the same glass. You can even do sort of salt baths with crystals and visualize there and connect with the water. Go into the sea. The sea's amazing, you know, talking to those waves and really being there. So if you need any support or ideas, you know, you can message me, leave a comment. And okay, so some messages from Moonology. Okay, what have we got? Highest and best messages. These are the oracle cards I'm going to pull, and look, I don't know what's going to come out. So let's see. Highest and best messages, please, Spirit, for the Soul Tribe of the Divine Feminine's podcast and channel. We have, oh, I love believe in your good luck. And this is it, like the solar eclipse is coming to remove that, like any disbelief of your good luck, disbelief that you can't do it, you can't have it, money's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, it's just an energy like everything else. As long as you're doing things in a clear and puristic way, this is a chance to really, you know, use authenticity. I love. Oh, new moon in Leo, shine. And look at that, like that gives me vibes of eclipse, like with the sunflowers. So this is your time to really shine, like get out there, start taking action in areas, you know. Obviously, you need to play with the flow of action and pause, but go with your divine flow. Allow things to flow as well, but believe in your good luck. Know that things are working in your favor going into this eclipse. It's things that, you know, you might say, oh, Steph, I've never been here before. That's freaking exciting. When you say you've never been here before, this is what this journey is about. You want to be saying, I've never been here before. Get to the next stage. I've never been here before. And that, my friend, my loves, is the pure sheer excitement of expansion. And when you can get used to that, oh, it's so fun. It is so beautiful because you know that a lot of that is already done and all of the great things that you've been calling in is coming. Now, I was saying this the other day to someone very dear to me, So I know that if they're listening, they'll know. I was saying, when we're calling in these manifestations, there's a part that the manifestation is getting ready to come in, but we are expected to transform, or there's a version of us that needs to show up to be ready for that manifestation. And that means that there's a transformation happening with us. And they were like, yeah, that makes sense. And I even noticed that you transform a lot. And I see that these things that are coming in or changing in your life, and then you're transforming, or you're learning more insights, and you're starting to change what you're doing, how you're doing things, or it's a continuum, right? And this is it. So don't hold back. Eclipse is also coming to just shift things that you might have been a bit like, oh, I don't really want to leave this relationship, or no, I don't really want to stop doing that, or I'm scared to do this. It will come in to remove that. So like I said, if you're a bit more open and honest with yourself about what is right for you and what's not, then it's easier to ride this wave. If you're a little bit stubborn, it might be a little bit challenging, but remember I said that you'll get the hang of it. Attune to the divine. That's a new moon in Pisces. So connect with your spirituality. By the way, this is Sagittarius energy with that believe in your good luck. Attune to the divine. The divine's here to help you, to totally help you. And really connect with you. You are the divine and you embody it within. Okay, any more? We're going to go for... Let's see what we got. And then we'll do another video on the full moon solar eclipse in Scorpio. That's in, I think it's the 4th of May. That'll be a nice one. Take a reality check. Full moon in Capricorn. So we've got some full moon energy here. A lot of these other ones are like new moon and first quarter moon. So yeah, take a reality check. There might be some things that just, like I said, being stubborn, you don't want to accept certain things are not working, and you just don't, you're living in a bit of a fantasy, or just holding on to the old because you're scared to take the leap. If you can take that reality check and take charge a little bit with this Aries energy, the eclipse will only help it along, and it won't feel like you're being dragged. Okay, so let's see if there's any more. And Capricorn's all about building structures, leadership, and things like that. So things that might be holding you back from business, from leadership, that you need to take a reality check and let go of, because they're just ideologies or silly things. It could just be mental, right? And take inspired action. I love this. This is full moon in Virgo. And it kind of seems mad because it says take inspired action at a full moon. But this is it. You're going to be receiving moments over this period that are really going to make you realize, that's what I need to do. And it starts to feel a little, like, really feels effortless because you're listening to your higher self. You're listening to that voice that is really guiding you because you already have the answers. So I think I'm really going to leave it there. But at the bottom of the deck, it says be proud of yourself. So take time to really take stock of how far you've come, how much you've grown, and you would not be here in this place of the unknown or this transitioning between the two worlds if you didn't put in this commitment to yourself and your journey and to evolve and to become your best self. And know that you are worthy of receiving these great manifestations, goals, and dreams that you've always wanted, and they are coming. And yes, there's an added responsibility in some of these, but doesn't mean that it's hard. In the more that you can learn and shift and refine and be flexible, you can really just embrace all the greatness. So be proud of yourself. I want you to know that. I'm proud of you, I'm proud of me, and I'm proud of this whole video, because even though it kept stopping and starting because it said that I ran out of space, I was like, I'm going to do it because it has to happen today because it's the luckiest day of the year. So with that being said, much love, light, peace, and abundance to all of you. Bye, Soul Tribe.